Have you ever wondered how our ancestors survived long journeys or harsh winters without a refrigerator? The answer lies in some ingenious, ancient techniques that are still fascinating today. Welcome to FoodSaga. Like, subscribe, and comment for more. Let's start. Before the hum of a fridge was even a distant dream, humans had mastered the art of making food last for months, sometimes even years. Let's dive into the world of drying, salting, and smoking, the original pillars of food preservation. The oldest and simplest method of all is drying. Think about it. What do all living things, including the tiny bacteria that spoil our food, need to survive? Water. By removing moisture, our ancestors effectively put a stop to bacterial growth. This could be done simply by leaving fruits, vegetables, or strips of meat out in the sun and wind. The sun's heat would evaporate the water, leaving behind a concentrated, lightweight, and long-lasting food source. From sun-dried tomatoes to beef jerky, this technique is a direct link to our past, a testament to the simple power of dehydration. It was a game changer, allowing people to store the bounty of a summer harvest to get them through the lean winter months. This wasn't just about survival, it was about planning, security, and creating a stable food supply. Next up, let's talk about salt. It's more than just a seasoning. For centuries, it was white gold. Why? Because salt is a powerhouse of preservation. The process, known as curing or salting, works through osmosis. When you pack meat or fish in salt, the salt crystals draw the water out of the food's cells. Just like with drying, less water means less opportunity for harmful bacteria to thrive and cause decay. Salt also creates an environment that's just too harsh for most microbes to survive in. Think of salted cod or bacalhau, which could be transported across oceans, or prosciutto, which is carefully salted and aged for months. Salt didn't just stop decay, it transformed the food, creating new, intense flavors and textures that we still cherish today. It was so crucial that it was used as currency and was the cause of wars. That's how vital salt was to civilization. Now, let's add another layer of flavor and protection: smoking. Smoking food is often done in combination with salting or drying, and it adds a whole new dimension to preservation. When you smoke food, you're exposing it to the smoke from burning wood. This does a few amazing things. First, the smoke itself has a drying effect, further reducing moisture. Second, and more importantly, the smoke contains natural compounds that are antimicrobial and antioxidant. These compounds act like a protective shield, settling on the surface of the food and preventing the growth of bacteria and mold. Plus, let's not forget the incredible flavor. The type of wood used, like hickory, applewood, or mesquite, imparts its own unique aroma and taste, turning a simple piece of meat or fish into a delicacy. Smoked salmon, bacon, smoked sausages, these are all products of this smoky science, a method that both preserves and enhances. So why were these methods so fundamentally important to human history? It's because they gave us mobility and the ability to plan for the future. Preserved foods were the original travel rations. They allowed humans to migrate across continents, to set sail on long voyages of exploration, and to survive unpredictable climates. Imagine ancient mariners crossing the vast oceans. Their ships were stocked not with fresh food, but with barrels of salted fish, dried meats, and hard biscuits. These foods didn't spoil, providing the necessary sustenance for months at sea. This ability to carry a stable food source was the key that unlocked global exploration and trade. Furthermore, these preservation techniques were the foundation of commerce. A village with a surplus of fish could salt and trade it with an inland community for grain or tools. This created complex trade routes and economic systems long before we had global supply chains. Preserved food became a reliable commodity, a form of wealth that could be stored and exchanged. It fostered connections between different cultures and allowed for the growth of towns and cities, as people no longer had to live a hand-to-mouth existence tied directly to the daily hunt or harvest. They could build reserves, trade, and specialize. In essence, the ability to control the shelf life of food gave humans a new level of control over their own destiny. Even today, in our world of flash freezing and vacuum sealing, these ancient methods haven't disappeared. They've evolved. We still love the taste of jerky, the savory bite of cured ham, and the rich aroma of smoked cheese. These foods are no longer just about survival. They are about culture, tradition, and flavor. They connect us to our ancestors and remind us of a time when human ingenuity was the key to thriving against the odds. The next time you enjoy a piece of smoked salmon or some sun-dried fruit, take a moment to appreciate the thousands of years of history and science packed into that single bite. It's a story of survival, exploration, and the delicious journey of humankind. Thank you so much for joining me on this historical food adventure. If you found this interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the fascinating world around us. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching Food Saga. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.